The Carol Rogers Show, starring Carol Rogers.
How many times will the sun rise and set before we find the truth?
From A to X, the list of notables from Omaha can rival cities 5 times its size. You can visit these websites for more information on Omaha's notables. This has been an Omaha History Minute.
This is the Carol Rogers Show. We are live doing this in Hollywood, California at the Lucky Strike, where you can get your bowl on and get the most amazing rock you ever want to hear in this city, in probably the state. And I have with me tonight, interviewing rocker extraordinary Lewis, Metoyer Lewis.
Hello.
Oh my gosh. I have, of course I've read a lot about you. I know something. He's an Omahan, and keeping in line with the outline of the show, the impetus of the show, we're dealing with Omahans wherever they are. All right, he's from Omaha, born and raised, good friends with many, and brother of my friend and best friend, Camille Metoyer Moten.
Yes.
Yes. So we go her story. If you go back on some of the episodes, you can see, you know, where they coincide. You were even born on her birthday, 5 years,
Yep.
5 years afterwards.
We're 5-year twins.
5-year twins, and I'm also a Virgo, but that's not in my heart, Lewis. I'm a rocker, but you are a rocker. Tell me, how does one go from Omaha and hang in the rock scene? I know there are a lot of things in between, but you have an amazing story to tell. Where do we start?
Well, I guess it goes back to Omaha, where I was playing mostly rock and roll in Omaha with a few different bands. There was a band called Still Roving. I think that the most influential and fun band of all was the band Odyssey. And we were there from, I think, 77 to 79, might have been 76 to 79, and we were just constantly working. And that was with the Arlianos, Rick and Tom Arliano. Their father, Rick Sr., was the manager of the band. And we were playing every small dot you could possibly find in a 5-state area. You know, all through Nebraska, Iowa, we even get over to South Dakota. Then I moved out here to Los Angeles to go to the Guitar Institute. And actually, I met Pat Metheny in Omaha, and he was the one that suggested I come out here instead of going to Berkeley. Sorry, Berkeley, but I needed to learn more about the guitar. Berkeley wasn't teaching guitar; they were teaching more about what to do with once you know your guitar.
Right, and they tend to be more classical than they are. They're changing than contemporary. MI was always known for being more contemporary.
Yeah, it was really jazz-oriented type of school.
MI was?
Yeah. I had the photo session I was in. I had the first Stratocaster, like solid body guitar, in their catalog. So that's when all the rock and roll questions started coming in.
There we go.
And they were saying, "Oh, you guys teach rock there," and you could see it change. There was definitely a shift when that catalog came out.
We grew up ethnically with more R&B around us. How did the rock bug get you?
I blame it on my brother Raymond, who he had Hendrix, Band of Gypsies playing down in the basement, you know, because in Omaha you got a basement, you know, and that's usually where the great music's coming out of the basement.
Oh, yeah.
It can be in a living room too, but yeah. So I heard could have been Machine Gun, a couple of those wailing notes, and I came running downstairs. I said, "Who is that, man?" He goes, "Oh, that's Jimi Hendrix," you know. And so I was always inspired by that life source and energy that Jimmy was tapped into. So, yeah, he certainly is the person that lit my fire and showed me this power source. You know, it's I used to do the Hendrix tunes, but you know, at a certain point you have to say, okay, I hear this calling me as well. So, we had a lot of fun with that. So.
You toured with some heavy hitters. Let's talk about your touring.
Yeah, the very first tour I was on that was a major tour was New Edition. When they were, it was like a huge thing going on. Yeah, this was in 85, 86, and 87. I played on a local radio station thing here in Los Angeles, and one of the judges said, "Hey, there's this band called New Edition, and they have a song, and they could use some guitar on it." And his name was Louis Silas, and he's no longer with us, but he was an old friend and brought me in the studio, cut that tune, and then a few months later they were looking for a guitarist to go out and tour with. So I just happened to have hooked up with him. So I mean, it was kind of bizarre because the rock bands in LA were a lot of the hair bands, and they weren't looking for black guitars. They were looking for something else. And I said, well, you know, hey man, you know, I'll play it for you. I thought it'd be a good gimmick, you know, but nobody's thought of the gimmick. So instead of playing these clubs out here, I was playing Madison Square Garden and, you know, the Superdome and everywhere else.
And
New Edition,
trying,
you know,
yeah, gosh.
You know, it's like, oh, sorry,
Cool
I couldn't play
places.
with your band. Yeah, we, you know, we played so many cool shows back then. That was when Bobby was with the band and everything.
Wow.
So, but also, there was Terrence Trent D'Arby and...
Terrence Trent D'Arby, okay. Don't pass by him without telling me a story or two about your time with Terrence. This guy was something.
Yes, yeah. Terrence...
An amazing artist.
Mm-hmm.
And rock guitars with him, soulful stuff with him. He was awesome.
Yes, he was very generous with his stage time, with his inquisitiveness of what he could nurture out of a performer. Just really loved working with him. We worked together for 10 years. We did 4 records together, and just had a great time hanging out and being buddies too. You know, we had a lot of things in common. So it was, but he lives in Milan now. He goes by the name of Sananda Maitreya. So he has a whole other style that he's playing now. So you have to check him out, sanandamaitreya.com. Yeah.
Definitely, I'll have to figure out how to spell it first. Here come two that we have to grab in a minute when we're... okay. We've got Maria Dollhouse here. She's going to come up in a second and introduce her. The only person we don't have in your band with us right now would be Vera.
Oh,
your
Vera,
drummer.
yeah.
That's okay. That's okay.
We'll get it.
They're coming through. All right. After Terrence Trent D'Arby, what else?
Well, there's a lot of studio stuff as well. There's a group called Four Non Blondes that had a very big hit called What's Up. I played lead guitar on their record. Macy Gray had her big single I Try. I was playing guitar on that. Belinda Carlisle did one of her records. Hilary Duff played on some of her stuff. Tony Childs, Stanley Clark. There's just a whole bunch of different types of styles, you know. Patti Scialfa, who's Bruce Springsteen's wife, who had these really great tunes. I was hoping to do another record with her, but I just played on the first one. And, just so many different styles.
What's the key to keeping rock alive for Louis Metoyer here in LA? What do you think?
Well, to me, it seems like rock and roll took a nap, and we're here to wake it up. You know, I love all the classic things that are on the radio, you know, but like there needs to be a sonic bridge between then and now.
Yes.
You know, and because I need to hear another tune besides the next one I just heard yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, so this music I wrote is what I wasn't hearing. So it's like rock and roll you'd hear on a space station on the side of Saturn, so you can watch the rings. But there's a little DNA inside there from you know, the home planet. So it's got a real futuristic rock and roll kind of sound. Well, you saw the show.
I did. You write such cool stuff, and your band represents it so well. I'm digging the rock side of it, but I'm digging as a singer, because you sing as well, and you sing wonderful. And you write all your songs, right?
Yeah.
The lyrics, you know, it's cool stuff. I'm still hearing you in my head. Hopefully, I have that somewhere among. Is it if it's not a relatively new song, or maybe what song are you playing tonight? What doesn't matter. Whatever you play tonight, it's going to be wonderful. But I appreciate the fact that you sing. Tell me how you got into singing. Is it kind of a thing that you kind of had to do, or just made it easier for you to do? I know that a player who sings is going to work more, but you seem to love to sing, and you do it so well.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I sang all through, you know, grade school. You know, actually, I grew up in a house that was full of music. So my mom with her jazz records, and Camille and Lynette always in these musicals and stuff. So when they were working on their parts and singing at home, you know, we'd be singing. Matter of fact, I used to get mad at harmony because it would tickle my rib cage. I couldn't figure it out. And I said, "Oh, stop it!" But the harmony was beautiful. You know, I was just. But the vibration shows you what vibrations do. You know. So, but yeah, all the music in the house, and so I sang all the time. I was in all the choirs, and I was in The King and I with Camille, which was a musical. Yeah, so when I was in that musical, and I saw, wow, all these people respond like this. At about that same time, I got turned on to the guitar, to the Hendrix stuff, and I thought, wow, what if I was going to do that in front of folks? So, took a chance.
To our wonderful benefit, because when you sing with as much passion as you play, but you play with so much passion, it's like, so amazing. What style, when you were studying at MI, in the guitar program, who was one of your teachers that really, really took you to that next level?
Wow. Well, actually,
or a couple of them.
Yeah, there were a few. Pat Martino was a renowned jazz guitarist. He actually called me right after I graduated and he wanted to introduce me to the world by recording this next record with him and going out on tour. And he had this huge lineup of players, and I kept saying, "Pat, I'm not ready. Let me absorb all this stuff. I just got slapped in the face with all this stuff from school." You know, he said, "No, I know you're ready." He called me 2 times, and on the 3rd time, I finally said, "Okay, I'll do it." He said, "I'm going to call you with the flight information because you're coming to Philly, and we're going to work on this." And he had an aneurysm in between the time I spoke to him, and he couldn't remember me. He couldn't remember anything. He couldn't even remember how to play the guitar.
Oh my!
And he had to relearn how to play the guitar. And he's just absolutely amazing. And we were very close when I was going to school. And that was, I wonder what would have happened had we'd had a chance to work together. So I may call him this week and say, "Okay, I think it's time to see what we were supposed to do."
But he's in you, his style, his teaching, you know, he mentored you. It's a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, there were so many teachers at the school.
Amazing teachers at that time.
You were just bouncing off of people. You know, Howard Roberts, I did one of his songs for graduation, and it was a standing ovation at the graduation because we took it from this style and turned it into another style, which, you know, is what experimenting is. There were a lot of guys that were just playing the same thing the same way, you know. I mean, you know, really, you know, if you want to boil it down, classical music is a cover tune too. You know what I mean? It's just an old cover tune, but you get to wear different clothes. But I'm just saying, you know, there's no new classical tunes.
Gotcha.
But, in that same thing. So I don't know.
Rock, we were talking about rock changing.
Yes.
What's your thing on music becoming so electrical and not instrument to hands and flesh? What's your thought about that? For me, I'm old school. I like the way we did it back in the day. I still like the difference between analog recordings and digital.
Right.
You know, there was a soul in it. What are your thoughts on that? Especially being a rocker, you can't synthesize what you do any more than it's already synthesized.
Yeah. Well, you know, some of the modeling, the digital pedals and stuff like, you know, some digital pedals that'll sound. I'd rather have that amplifier and work with it. I don't know, you can get away with it sometimes, but I do like the warmth of the analog sounds. You know, I like it. I like it dirty. Yeah, it's a little fuzzy. It's a little dirty. You know?
Oh, but it has a soul in it. It has I don't know. I come from the analog world, so digital to me is a little clean, a little sanitized.
Yeah, it can be brittle.
Ways.
You know, the other way has a little sauce. Analog has sauce.
There we go. There we go. There we go. You must have how many discs that you put out on your own, having written things?
Not enough. Actually, we're getting ready to record a new disc, and it's with the new band. So we're coming up to speed now because there's a lot of new songs, everything. So we didn't want to record too soon. But we realized there were some more cool things.
Kind of a date as to when this might be happening, or just as it breathes and comes to fruition? Do you have not a deadline, but a time when you say, yeah, we should have it in the cans by then?
Some of the tunes that are a couple of years old, they can be found on Metoyer.com. So there is a link there where you can hear some of the stuff. And if you go to YouTube, you can see some videos of the new songs. But as far as the studio releases, probably be in the summertime. Because people like to move around in the summer, so that's all right.
Sounds good. You want them to move to what you do.
Yeah, some summer songs. You know?
Awesome. Yeah, I see your fans. I mean, it took us 20 minutes to get through the door because of all the people pulling on you. Yeah. You are loved. You are respected for what you do, and you are quintessential everyday this. And I just admire it. I really, really do. Especially with our coming up and rock not being the stereotypical thing that we should do, but keeping it real is what you are doing, and it's just a great thing. And we're hoping that you'll come to Omaha sometime. I know that
Wouldn't that be fun? Yeah, I would love to come back to Omaha and show them, share this new rock and roll. You know, Omaha has always been an industry of coming out with something new.
Yes.
You know? So I think that would be great to have this.
We're talking about you're coming back to Omaha. I don't book, but I know people who do, and you were saying that of course you'd be amenable to coming back because it's your hometown and
I would
rock.
love to.
Here comes Vera.
Yeah,
I have to introduce your band.
Some of those festivals. We'll come back there and play some festivals and stuff. This is outdoor rock and roll.
Come up.
I used to play at Septemberfest with that band Odyssey back in the 70s. The very first Septemberfest.
Very first, okay.
Yeah.
Septemberfest.
Yeah.
Please, Maria, come. Everybody, we're going to make a sandwich.
Here are the other members of my band. Here's Vera. We're doing there's a camera on here. We're doing an interview here. This is Vera Hurton.
Hey, how you doing?
From Germany. Amazing drummer. Amazing. It's heavy.
Maria Dahlhaus.
Maria Dahlhaus is percussion and backing vocals. Yes. Absolutely awesome. Zeus.
And Zeus. Here's Zeus. Zeus is on the phone. He's making business happen and all the time. All the time.
Yeah. We'll be seeing them live on stage too. It's an amazing group. How did you come to assemble such great musicians?
Well, I was very patient in asking the universe
to
help me assemble everything.
There we go.
Maria and I had been working together over the years. But Zeus came to Los Angeles and he was in Craigslist. And lo and behold, boom. we connected. We met on Friday the 13th in September, about almost 2 years ago.
My birthday.
Oh,
Yes.
there you go. So
Yeah,
it's
a little bit after your sisters. And how'd you meet? How'd you meet
And
her?
then Vera, we met at the NAMM show, which is a music
Yes, we know about the
merchandise
NAMM,
convention,
yeah.
and we just met in January, just by chance in a little hallway.
Yeah.
And we exchanged phone numbers and everything, and then I saw a picture of her on the computer. There was a picture, and I saw her within 24 hours after that. So I thought that was pretty crazy. So
I heard her after 2 rehearsals when you guys were at Los Toros Locos. Yes. See, amazing, amazing. You wouldn't think it was two rehearsals.
It's because his music is so good.
His music is the bomb shiggity. It's
Thank you.
awesome.
Thank you.
Amazing
It's just,
rockers.
you know, it's like if you have good quality music, it is fun to learn it and it's fun to play it.
Yeah. And you do it to everybody, you know. Just was great experiencing your band there. We're gonna get to see it this evening. Great to introduce all of you. I will see you again. There's no doubt in my mind. It's gonna happen.
Thank you, Carol. Thank you.
This is the Carol Rogers Show in a very cool place. It's been wonderful, wonderful. Let's go outside and see what they do. Oh yeah, and they do it so well.